Shalom, shalom. 144,000, the elect. Before I get started, let me give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rokar Kodash. The one to the apostle nails of great millstone. Peace and blessing to the brothers that are preaching the truth in the four winds of the earth. May Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, have mercy upon you. And you few sisters that's out there. Shalom. I'm on the brother page, GMS Austere Man. The name of this video here is A House Divided Against Itself Shall Not Stand. Servicemen speak out. This is great here. This is wonderful. Because we don't have a dog in either fight. Get ready. I told you Jacob's trouble. We're in the beginning stages of Jacob's trouble. We in Jacob's trouble. Let's hear him out.
My name is Captain Dylan Blaha, and this message is for National Guard members throughout the United States. I've served in the Illinois Army National Guard for over 12 years, including a deployment to Afghanistan and a 3-year tour in Germany. What's going on right now is not normal. Last week, the president used a false crime narrative to justify deploying the DC National Guard. Today, the SecDef authorized them to carry weapons. Then, the president threatened Chicago. This isn't about crime. This is a power grab. Every military member, enlisted or officer, is legally required to disobey an unlawful order. An unlawful order is a directive that violates the Constitution, a federal law, an international law, or otherwise directs the service member to commit a crime. The Nuremberg trials established the global legal principle that just following orders is not a valid defense for war crimes. Military obedience does not require blind loyalty. The Military Whistleblower Protection Act protects service members who report legal violations or abuse of authority. If you're activated in the coming days, weeks, or months, I ask that you remember your oath to the Constitution and to the American people. Thank you, and good night.
My name is Danny Jackson.
My name's Jason Bensley.
My name is Andy.
My name is Mike Hastings.
Hi, my name is Keegan Evans.
This is Rusty Hicks.
I'm a U.S. Army veteran.
As a member of the Army Reserves,
I'm a Navy veteran.
And I served in the United States Marine Corps.
I served in the United States Marine Corps.
I'm a proud Navy veteran.
To object and protest against the use of military personnel against the citizens of this country.
this particular deployment of the Army National Guard to Los Angeles is a terrible mistake, in my opinion.
And I'm appalled at the call-up of National Guard soldiers and active duty Marines to police American streets.
The President's decision to deploy my brothers and sisters against U.S. citizens is a shameful abdication of the President's responsibility as Commander-in-Chief.
And to watch the military get activated and deployed into American cities over the will of local state officials is terrifying to me.
What we are seeing in Los Angeles is a purposeful provocation by the Trump administration.
We don't need another king, another tyrant, another dictator.
This particular deployment only serves one person's agenda. It doesn't help any of the people of California.
The members of the National Guard and the Marines who've been mobilized to stand opposite the people have been drafted into a terrible moment in our history.
So the only explanation is this is a pure political ploy to please the President's supporters at best, or a tyrannical exercise of power to stoke the President's ego at worst.
It's a betrayal of our traditions. It's a betrayal of who we are. It's intimidation. It's authoritarianism. And it's a betrayal of our Constitution.
But our service was dedicated to our nation, not to a king, a bully, or a dictator. And in this moment, we must make our collective voices heard peacefully, without violence, and together. So speak up, speak out, and stay safe.
So after 20 years of service in the military, yesterday I got pulled into an officer's office and counseled for posts that I have on my social media. During the counseling, they told me I'm under investigation as a threat to national security. When I asked for proof, like what the posts were yesterday, they refused to give it to me. They made me come back today to further go over stuff. They gave me the proof, and the proof they gave me are anti-Israel posts. Now, when I joined the military, I took an allegiance to support the United States of America. I did not ever take an allegiance to support Israel. But yet, I am deemed a threat to national security because I do not support Israel and their genocide against the Palestinian people. Yes, you heard that right. I am deemed a threat to national security because I don't support Israel's genocide against the Palestinian people. Since when does not supporting a foreign nation get a U.S. soldier investigated for being a threat to national security?
All right, y'all heard it.
A deployment to Afghanistan and a 3-year tour in Germany.
So y'all heard it, right? There's a lot. They spoke kind of fast and quick, but it was a lot. He said that Trump trying to frame a narrative, a fast narrative, false. He says it's a false land grab. What does that mean? I guess he's trying to take. I mean, most of us. I mean, that's basically what it is for real, though. You know, that's just like when what's his name? That devil name is him and his wife was trying to buy out all the farmers during the time of that other president. What his name is? Damn, boy, but names, bad night on names. Might be a little tired. Not Trump, but before him. What his name is? God damn it. Biden. Remember when them they were trying to buy all the land, and then him and his wife were talking about they was gonna that the world is overpopulated. It needs to delete 7 billion people. Bill Gates and his wife. Huh? So now, I mean, they're on the same. Listen, man, y'all gotta understand that these people on the same mission when it comes to snatching homes. This is why, see, a lot of you all got in debt, taking that money from those stimulus checks, taking those stimulus checks, and a lot of y'all couldn't pay them back. That's why y'all paying them now. All it is to get you deeper and deeper in debt, and then when you can't pay it back, what they gonna do? They're gonna take your property. Straight setup. But we know American people, especially you women, especially Eve, y'all greedy as hell. The first sign of any free change, y'all finna run to it, cause now, you know, Trump then took everything else from your ass. So now you're gonna be you're gonna be the first one in line. In the same aspect, you're gonna be the first one in line trying to take the MOTB to get something to eat. Hey man, I mean, when I tell you that everything is falling in line, like the prophets have said that we're gonna fall in line, and the things that are taking place here on earth, this was prophesied decades ago from the prophets, man. The true prophets of the Lord, of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. I ain't talking about no bugged out Christian or one of those crazy Edomites. And he said, what did he say? He said, just following orders is not good. The Edomites, well, so-called Edomites, I'm going to say so-called Edomites, said just following orders is not good. Police American, cause policing, They policing American streets. He said we don't need a king, a bully, or a dictator. And that goes into what Isaiah 19 and what that is, verse 4. And the Egyptians, which is America, right? Will I give over into what? The hand of a cruel Lord. And who is that cruel Lord today? Trump, DJ Trump, y'all. DJ Trump, a cruel Lord, and what? And a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord, and the Lord Yahweh of hosts. So there you have it. This is what you're seeing. And the people are doing what? They're coming together against one another. Like the brother, the title of his video, which is "A house divided against itself shall not stand." So they're divided, just like in the days of when we as Israelites, the northern and the southern kingdom, once they separated us from one another, they knew that they could conquer us then. So Esau's kingdom is on its way out, man. It's on its way out. Then the last man said he was pulled in the office concerning a social media post. Can you imagine that? A social media post, right? Concerning I'm just say small hat. We know what small hats are. Small hat post. He said he didn't take his oath to or his allegiance to support Israelis genocide. So now these Edomites, these so-called Edomite, not so-called Edomite, but these Edomites, they are finding out the truth behind the madness. They finding the truth behind the madness. So it's not a big secret anymore concerning what's going on here on earth. It's not a secret anymore. So let's go to Isaiah. Let's go to Isaiah. Started off with Isaiah 19. Isaiah 19. I'm gonna go down to verse 2. Isaiah 19 and 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. And starting off with, this is a miracle, because the modern day Egyptians is what? Is the Hamites, which is the Africans that they call Africans today, which most of you all Israelites, you so-called blacks, think you are. And I will set the Egyptians, which really goes into really the separation concerning the people, Egyptians against the Egyptians, Democrats against the Republicans. Man, was that bad this year? That's probably the worst I have seen them go at one another, the Democrats against the Republicans. That's the worst I have seen, for them go at each other's necks. And now they are finding out that it does not matter which side, whether you're a Democrat or a Republican, shit is not going to go well, right? And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother. So who has power and authority on the earth today? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. So they are what? They are definitely divided. And even in America is not only divided amongst themselves in-house, they are divided with their allies as well. So, that plan is really separating and isolating America, and having everyone come up against it. This has been prophesied, and it's happening, just like the prophets have spoke. Fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. So that's in the workings of what? Of kingdoms against kingdoms. Because for long, they're going to gather together in the so-called Middle East, and they're going to be destroyed as well. But America is that lake of fire that we, as Israelites, needs to be what? Needs to be totally destroyed before the kingdom of heaven. Let's drop down to verse 4, Isaiah 19:4. And the Egyptians, the Americans, will give over into the hand of a cruel Lord. And again, that's DJ Trump. Huh? A cruel Lord and a fierce king. That's the president of the United States, DJ Trump. This is what we are seeing. And it won't be long. Let's go over here. It won't be long that you all are really going to see it. Now, D.C. seeing it. Now, they headed to Chicago and a few other states. And they deploying the military in these states now. So, man, we are there, man. We are there, civil war / what am I looking for? Martial law. It's in the midst. Let's go to 2nd Esdras. Oh, what I want. I could go to 15. Let's go to 2nd Esdras 16. Let's go to 16 first. 16, 2nd Esdras 16 and 17. 2nd Esdras 16 and 17. Woe is me. Woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? And what days? The days of what? The beginnings of sorrow. What is the beginnings of sorrow? Jacob's trouble. Which is what you'll see. Well, IUIC said Jacob's trouble ain't gonna be no Jacob's trouble. Hey man, you gotta have a half a brain to believe them guys. Them guys change up damn near monthly. And Bishop Nathaniel, man, you talking about a bugged out. I don't see it. I know you don't. I mean, I know guys that really don't want to. You don't really have no. You just can't really say that he sold out. But it's obvious that he sold out because of what he's teaching. And Bishop Nate is a very, very, very aware of what he's doing. You know, I be listening to him catch himself all the time, trying to not call out the true name of the Heavenly Father and the Son, man. Straight ducking it. That's the main or should I say the main reason that you can use and say that a group has sold out, because they have what? Stopped calling on the true name of the Heavenly Father and the Son, man. Can't get around it, man. He's wicked, and his leadership is wicked, because they all are very aware of what they're doing, because they're what? They're just trying to reap benefits, which is what? Get that money. This is what they're doing. Verse 18 again of 2nd Esdras 16 and 18. The beginnings of sorrows, and again, sorrows is what? Jacob's trouble. And great mournings, the beginnings of famine and great deaths. Real quick, let's get Jeremiah. Which is Jeremiah, I think it's 30. Jeremiah 30 and verse 7. Excuse me. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. But he, which is the elect, shall be saved out of it. The elect is the only one. Now, understand this. Jacob's trouble will be what? In the process of Jacob's trouble, the hell that the Israelites are going to catch, and the death and destruction, Edom is going to be what? That's going to be his kingdom. That's his end as well. Right? Verse 18 again, the beginnings of sorrow and great mournings, and beginnings of famine and great death, the beginnings of wars, and the powers. Who has that power and authority here on earth? Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, shall stand in fear. The beginnings of evils. What evils? Bad times. Are we clearly not in bad times? We are definitely in bad times. Huh? The days of evils been since that devil took what? Took control of the earth. Evils what? Was cast in the four corners damn near. Well, in the four corners. Why? Because Esau, Edom controls the what? That narrative. Of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? You can't do nothing. Because Amos 3:6, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord Yahweh have not done it? These are what? These are prophecies taking place, and it can't be what? It can't be changed because it has been spoken out of the mouth of the prophets. Behold, famine and plagues, tribulation and anguish. Anguish goes into concerning mental suffering, or will ascend as scourges, which is punishment for what? For an amendment, which is an improvement for what? For a better, should I say, a better improvement of what? Of the earth. Because when the righteous in authority, the people rejoice. When the wicked in authority, the people moan. The earth is moaning. They have never felt it like they feel it now. Especially Eve. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness. They still looking for a party. Still looking for a girl trip. Instead of what? But hey, it is what it is. The law, if you're going off, the law got you going off. What are you? What? You're wicked. Which is you're, or should I say, a heathen or Israelite. The law got you going off. You're going to continue to go off, and you're going to be caught up in what? Or should I say, you 2/3, which is you wicked Israelites. You are still going to be caught up in that. I'm looking for. Damn, boy, I'm at a loss of words tonight, man. Can't think of the word. It's right on the tip of my tongue. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be away mindful of what? Of their scourges. Because in the process of those, the better improvement, what's going to happen? You're going to be what? Afflicted for the sake of what? A punishment. And those punishments are going to be, the angels are going to be leading that charge of what? Of punishing you wicked Israelites, man. This is what we're seeing. The house, the what? That a house divided against itself shall not stand. So this is all this for a purpose. And that main purpose is what? Is getting rid of what? Of said Babylon, which is the daughter of Babylon, which is America. Let's go to verse 22. I'm gonna skip 21. Let's go to 20. Let's go to verse 21. Behold, victual shall be what? Shall be so cheap upon earth that they shall what? Think themselves to be in good case. Well, I guess, that goes into, a lot of these jakes gonna be what? There ain't gonna be no store. Everybody gonna ravage every store it is, and they're gonna have food for a little while, And one thing about junk food, most of these stores in the hood, it's just full of nothing but junk, poison. And how long can that last? It's not gonna last. It's not gonna last long. Then guess what? And that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon earth. Esau Edom is not going to put down that sword until he has did the Lord's bidding. And vice versa. Right? Sword, famine, and great confusion. Why? Because Esau Edom, the wicked, the so-called white man, he is controlling all of the narratives, and people are playing right into what? Right into the hands of the wicked man. People are playing right into it. and others that what? That escape. Hold up. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine. And the other that escape the hunger shall what? Shall the sword destroy. So that's for you all that are gonna escape with Jacob's trouble. Because Esau, he's not gonna let up. He's not gonna let up. And some of you all will, but most of you all won't escape Jacob's trouble. Jacob's trouble gonna take out a lot of you, man. A lot of you, right? Of the wicked, in you. Where are y'all wicked? But of you Israelite, which is the 2/3, right? Maybe some of the 1/3 may get caught up in that rapture as well. I mean, it is what it is, because we are what some of the prophets will. Hey, man. It won't be such a bad thing to not go through hell here on earth, man. To be at rest and waiting on the kingdom. Because once we come back, we'll come and what? We're coming back in the kingdom, man. Our kingdom. Won't be no more rulership for no other nation being over us as a people. Let's back it up. Let's back up into 13. Second Ezra 13 and verse 31. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. Is not this what we see amongst the people, especially the Edomites, the so-called white people? They are what? They are divided against themselves. And once that rapture starts, it's not going to end. It's going to be great deaths here on earth, man. It's going to be a lot of death, man. You know, and it's going to be the culture is going to be so bad that the animals are going to feed very well. They're going to know what the taste of a human body is now, as a whole, right? You know, they get a body here and there in the wood and get to taste their flesh, but the buzzards, all of these animals that the Heavenly Father created after the flood to clean up the earth. You know, there are animals to clean up the earth. You know, a lot of the animals that eat that cleans the sea up, you all eat them. You eating the waste that clean. You eating the animals that clean the waste from out of the sea. Why you think the water? Listen, man. Every water, and I don't care what country. I mean, what state you go in America, all that water supposed to be nice and blue. It's not nice and blue because you're eating all the wood, eating all the scavengers out of it, man. They can't clean it up. Because Esau and gave y'all a delicacy, which is the roaches of the sea. 2 Ezra 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Why? Because what? Hell is coming. And hell is on earth, and hell is not under the ground. For you ignorant folks that think so, you're what? You just lost and destroyed. You are in that darkness, which is the darkness of this world. For the sword and their destruction draw near, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, in swords in what? In their hands, meaning guns. Now those other countries, they don't have weapons like America's, man. And no one got weapons like these Edomites down south, man. Nobody got weapons like them, man. They got millions of rounds of bullets. Jake got guns, but he might have one clip. He got one clip and ain't got probably got a magazine hold 30 and he ain't got but 14 bullets up in it, and he out. He can give you one. Then the little 14 he used, he gonna shoot them wild. Them dudes though, they don't know how to shoot no weapons, man. They don't know how to shoot no weapons. They just run, turn, and shoot. That's why they always killing. That's why they always knocking children off and innocent people. Jake just full of nothing but what? Emotions and feelings, because they were raised by what? They wicked mama or grandmother. For the sword and their destruction draw near, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hand. So they're going to be a great rebellion against one another, starting with Esau, Edom, the wicked. But once they realize and they stop fighting each other, you Negroes are going to get, Esau, Edom going to lay a lot of y'all down. The Most High going to put the spirit on y'all to fight too. But Esau got that blessing, man. Esau been preparing this shit here since forever. Forever. They've been preparing it forever. These Edomites right here got grandfathers that been preparing for this here for decades. Probably 50, 60, 70 years. They've been preparing for this. Verse 16, 2nd Esdras 15 and 16. For there shall be sedition among men, meaning what? Them rebelling against one another. And this is what you're about to see. You're going to see the invasion of what? Of another, which goes into right this present moment. And invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes. Isn't that what you're seeing? King or princes goes into what? To what? Their president. They're not regarding their what? They're turning on what? On their king. Because Donald Trump is definitely that cruel law in 19. I think we think Donald Trump is the last president just before that destruction. I don't think, we don't think there's gonna be another one. It'll be very shocked if this go past Donald Trump's term, right? Regard their kings nor princes, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Well, in those times, DJ Trump is locking these cities down, man, locking it down, and he's finna get rid of a lot of you Southern Kingdom wicked niggas, man. Been in the hood, terrorizing the hood. Nigga can't even come out of another city and walk down the street with a color, a certain color. A certain color, you in danger. Madness, man. This is how small minded Esau has created you wicked niggas in the hood. Verse 18, 2nd Esdras 15 and 18. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Yes. So if the men gonna be afraid, what you think the women gonna be doing? I just seen a video today where this young man was looked like it's finna fight this guy. I don't know if his the sister was a brother or not or whatever, finna fight. And he sitting up finna fight her brother or boyfriend, and she came trying to flat his tire. And what she did, she stuck his tie, and in the process of she sticking his tie, the guy turned around and ran over her ass. You know what, man? Let me get that video. I'm gonna show it to you, right? You think I'm lying, huh? I know y'all be thinking we be making up shit. We be thinking we be saying, just be making up something, just be saying. You gotta understand, we don't just make up things, right? I'm gonna show you this song. Who I sent it to? Oh, here it is right here. Here it is right here. 1 second, y'all. Let me show you something. Look at these fools, man.
What's she trying to steal? What's on, man? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Each weekend.
Call 911 for what? Huh? She all them killers, now they want to tell me call 911. I just thought that was so funny. It was very funny. How often you get to see Jake return the favor of Eve by running over one of their ass with a vehicle? That's not often. So the times have changed. And Eve, you're not going to get all of those passes that you've been getting in the past, right? Because it's over with. Esau, Edom, the devil. Soon it won't be no 911. When we look at us, 911 is a joke in your town. It's gonna be a joke. You'll be telling me, ain't gonna be no 911, right? You actually gonna get in the order, man. Y'all gonna get in the order, man. You gonna get in the order, man, real soon. Because they what? Verse 18 of 2nd Esdras 15 and 18. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon what? His neighbor. You just seen Jay. Man, listen, man. Have you ever seen a so-called black man run over a so-called black woman with a car? I have never seen that before. I was amazed at that. But she got what she got, right? But shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, and for what? For great tribulation. A lot of you are going to starve to death. You're definitely going to starve to death. Because, why? Because we're in that time of trouble, which is Jacob's trouble, that the scriptures speak about. And we have told you all that we're going to happen. And now we're here. So let's hit this precept here, which is, let's go to Matthew 12 and verse 25, which is the scripture that Brother partly quoted on his video, which is a house divided against itself shall not stand, which is Matthew 12 and verse 25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to what? Desolation. And this is the what? The future of what? Of America. It's going to be brought to desolation like no other. And every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? So that knows say, call halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rokah Kodash, Shalom.